Hello, everyone. So, my name is TMG, and this is entirely unscripted, so I apologize if I stumble over my words a bit. So, right now, I'm going to be playing Racing Extreme by Carrie Michael Huang, or Michael Huang. I'm not sure who made it. For those who don't know, they are the creators of the Battle for Dream Island series, and Scale the Universe. Two very, two very popular series and application respectively, though I'm going to be playing one of the more obscure They're known. You probably know BFDIA 5B. Get to the top, although there is no top, going to be 500, but this is one of the more obscure ones. If you're wondering how I'm playing this, despite this being made with Flash, I'm using Ruffle Emulator. Ruffle Emulator allows you to run Flash files on Chrome. However, two varying results. This one runs fine, but games like Goimi 500 and BFDIA 5B do run a bit slow using Ruffle, so I will warn you if you want to try with your games, but I want to show you this one. You play. So here's how the game works. You pick your car. There are 12 colors: red, yellow, blue, cyan, purple, black, brown, gray, green, white, and orange, and magenta. I typically go with purple. No, there are five rounds, but just to go through all of them, I will use the elimination rounds. Basically, it's kind of like Carry Cage's I'll go to Calthon, except it's non-Algadoo, and it doesn't have to be 10 events. Basically, in general, uh, well, you have the person who gets everyone's. You can basically just read this, but in a nutshell, well, if you gain points, but depending on how well you do, and the person with the least amount of points is eliminated. So you basically want to have to avoid being in last place. Not as hard as it sounds. Alright. Land of Chaos is one of the ends and is not one you want to get first. I will show you why. It's very slow, that's mainly because I'm using OBS. Yeah, it's not working with OBS. So, usually this game runs fine with usually this game doesn't lag like this. But right now my laptop's fan is not doing great. Speaking of laptop, it's not exactly. It's not. If the audio sounds weird, you can blame the laptop. This game is not polished in the slightest. But that's mainly because it's a very old Huang Elic. Would have said Care Elic, but I don't know how involved Carrie was. There's not. Thankfully, this and I got third. Typically, I would get much lower, but that's mainly because of how fucked this route is. You can probably tell why. At least the slowerness allows. You can see it's sort of like a. You can tell where Ruffle comes in because of the text differences. This is, I believe, Helvetica, and support Helvetica. Flashing bars is the next one. This one is difficult, not because of the orange, not because of the fucked, because of as you will notice, this is very hard to maneuver with arrow keys. My usual strategy of just pressing the arrow keys all at once just doesn't work here. However, once you get the hang of it, you can beat these you can start beating these cars. As you can see, I'm in the top two. You and thankfully you know, the AI in this game is not great, by the way. Mm. Every time I finish one of these elimination rounds, I have to reset it. I have to refresh the page because of the grandpa car issue. For some reason, a lot of the cars either just don't move or go super slowly. And as you can see, I got second. Previously, I would get much worse, but hey, I'll take it. Next. And as you can see, 11th place Gray got eliminated. It. I'm in I'm in second place. Yes. And have to beat though Magenta is still 1 point ahead of me. If I could just get ahead in this round, I can beat everyone. The lag. Wheel of Terror. I wouldn't say it's a terrible course for an early game. Though the cars get strangely aggressive, even when they do, especially on some of these, it gets very hard to control. Yeah, this is not working well. I did not know how OBS would handle this, but I'm sorry to everyone in advance. Also, if you're wondering, I have this site mute because the music for this game is obnoxious. Nothing against Kevin McLeod, but this the blaring music just doesn't sit right with me. Mm. And there's no audio options. There's a reason why I have most of these sites on mute. It's, like, I think that's another reason why this game isn't really talked about, because having to sit through that stupid ass music is not. Is that in French? No, Magenta. Damn it. Second place is good. It's just that Magenta now has has a much bigger advantage than me. But that doesn't mean I'm out of the race entirely. Just I'm gonna have to work much harder in order to beat Magenta. Simple loop. That's arguably the easiest one to win. Not because it's very easy to fudge this one. So yeah, the cars are not great at cornering. So if you just stick with the side that's turning, you can easily fudge this one. Win this one, I mean. Again, I am not scripting this at all. So in the meantime, I should say that this is probably not. Even though this is not by far not. This is one of the games by Carrie and Michael that I play the most, even though I don't think it's very good. But I understand that it was like we made when Carrie and Michael were younger, and I understand that it's not that we shouldn't really expect A+ quality game design from people who are in middle school. Heck, the original BFDI was made when they were middle schoolers, and it wasn't great objectively. It's nostalgic, just not objectively good. Land of Chaos again. I admit though I'll make my peace on this one though. The further in the game you are, the easier this gets. Since you have in this instance you have seven, you spin out 7 times and not 12. No, and this time I got really lucky because everyone's far behind me. That means once everyone begins spinning me out, that means I can get a bit of a head start. Or I'll be far ahead of the crowd. All right. All right. Last one. Shit. All right. Made it and done. First place. Though it looks like. Oh, never mind. For wondering, I was concerned that mine was not moving, but then because, like I said, sometimes the game just these cards just don't move at all. Rainbow Ring. So the strategy for this one is just wait it out. Right now I'm in, I'm in last, but sometimes the cars just jolt out, and you can do a lot of corner cutting and whatnot in order to win, like this. There's a bit of a choke point near the finish line, and that's because a lot of the cars aren't great at handling. And so I went from 6th to 1st. I'm in 2nd, but again, choke point. 1st, though orange is right on my ass. Also, I should warn you that this is not intended for kids. My content in general. Well, if I do choose to continue this venture, then people under 13 should probably stay clear. Yep, first place. And it will take quite a bit of time for anyone else to catch up. So I'm pretty locked for right now. Yep. And as the number of cars decreases, that means the faster everything goes. I think the main reason why the first one was very laggy, not just because of the 12 cars, but because of the feature. And I just want to talk with like whoever decided that the Land of Chaos was a good idea. I'm joking, of course. Of course, I don't. Of course, this game was never meant to be Mario Kart. Alright, but it's an infuriating as hell level, especially when you get it first round and it fucks you over for the entirety of the game. 2nd place. Orange beat me, but I'll take it. And I'm still in a considerable lead. Just as long as I don't fudge this. Alright. The lag. OBS is not always my friend, unfortunately. While I race, I'll just say some things. A lot of you guys are probably coming from my Twitter, and I have to say that I'll see if I can get some art posted before school starts. School for me starts on the 16th and is currently the 12th as I'm recording this. So I wish all of you, whether or not you're mutuals with me on Twitter, good luck if you're starting school this August. Because I know school can be hell. I've been there. There's this summer ends, and that's unfortunate, but you just gotta make it last. I make it last by playing a dumb racing game made made by the people who made a show I loved in my childhood. You gotta set your priority straight, you know? Alright. Simple loop. And now we're going super fast. So now that I'm in the lead and we're going, I'm holding a sizable lead against my adversaries. He's magenta and orange. Right now, I could get last both rounds and still win because I have such a sizable lead. But I still want to get the highest score I can. My highest is 190, and that you can only get that if you win a bunch. First place gets 10 points, and assuming if no one ties for last place, then the highest score you could theoretically get is 220 points. Though that is practically impossible. Wheel of Terror, and I'm winning by way more than 5 points. So yeah, at this point, I'm pretty much guaranteed to take home first. I usually do, but sometimes I mess up the first round. And there's only one time where I got last, and only one time I got second place. The rest of the times I've gotten first. And first is not that hard to attain in this game, if you know what you're doing. The controls can be hard to get to. One of my friends, I tried to introduce this game to him. Rather, he found me tweeting about it, and he wanted to now, and he didn't really. He hasn't really been able to do well. It's more of a learning curve. I sucked at this game when I first began it, so yeah. There we go, first place with 177. Though I will show you why I call maybe why I call them grandpa cars. Though it looks like the issue isn't present here, at least not yet. I usually refresh it after each game because it's an issue. Yeah, as you can see, two of the cars are trailing behind, and that's not just because I'm because of OBS. It happens even when I'm not recording. So, if you're wondering what my rankings of the courses are, first place would probably be this one since it's just easy and it's easiest. I don't know. Second is Wheel of Terror. Third is Rainbow Road, right? Or whatever it's called. Fourth place is Flashing Bars, and fifth place is Land of Chaos. That one sucks. Honestly, it's not too terrible of a racing game. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. And if it had some sort of multiplayer option, sort of like the real Mario Kart, then maybe it would be a pretty decent time. Especially since the elimination aspect would add a lot more strategy than the typical race stuff. Since I've always had an idea of an elimination style Mario Kart where last place in terms of points would be kicked off. But yeah, it would be kind of yeah, it would be yeah, it's kind of cool that it already exists, even if it's sort of primitive by today's standards. And as you can see, there are two grandpa cars, yellow and green, especially yellow. Oh, especially once they start settling in, games start to take ages. Well, start as in they get eliminated pretty quickly. Okay. Anyways, thank you for listening and watching and whatnot. And I will see you all later. If this venture works out, then maybe I'll do this more. Though hopefully the lagging issues will be fixed with OBS. Though that may or may not happen. Anyways, thank you for watching. Don't forget to uh, show us to your friends. I don't really mind if you subscribe or not. Not. And we'll see you all maybe next time. Bye. Is Yellow still doing it? Okay, now I can go. Bye.